Inside the Business of Acting with Kate Linder. Welcome to segment 3. Kate has been on the daytime drama The Young and the Restless for 26 years and counting. That's just,
Yes.
you can't hold a job, can you, Kate?
I knock on
And I
things
really
for that.
thank you for joining us, and yes, knock, and thank you for coming back and for talking. I'm curious, you've been in this business a while, right? The career legacy happening for you. So what do you know now about the business of acting that you wish you knew coming out of college, coming out of San Francisco State with a theater arts degree?
That's a very good question, because though I learned a lot in college, and I'm glad I did it, and I have a degree, you learn other things besides, it just goes into being more of a well-rounded individual, which I think is very important. But I didn't learn the business of acting. They did not teach that then. And I wish I had known, because I would have done things a lot differently.
Like what?
I would have, it took me a while to figure things out. It took me a while to realize that you need to continue to be in class. I still study to this day. I still go to my acting class. I go to my voice lessons. I'm a dancer as well. I started out in the theater, so I still go to my voice lessons. I'm a tap dancer. I'm at the studio, there when I'm, not with you or at work or something. And I just wish I had known that I needed to, the networking part of it and how important that was, and to meet people. And through class, you meet other people in class, and everyone talks, and you find out different things.
Well, you create a community.
You do,
yourself.
and that's really, really important. Yeah, and I don't know, I would have, it's hard to say, I would have probably maybe tried to go to college in Los Angeles. I think that might have been, I had wanted to go to New York. It was interesting, because I wanted to go straight to New York, and I didn't want to go to college, okay? I just wanted to get into it. Oh, my parents, absolutely.
Said you're going.
They said, look, we realize that you want to be an actress, and this is a difficult profession, and we want you to have something to fall back on. So you need to go to college. So so that's what I did. When I think back, when you ask me what I would have done differently, okay, I know I would have gone to New York. I don't know what would have happened to me, because I was a very young, I graduated high school at 17, I was very, very young, 17. Who knows? I mean, New York would have chewed me up and spit me out. I don't know. Who knows? But I would have done that, because that's where I felt I should have done that, gotten right into it.
So the interesting thing is that you've had the journey that you've had, and I mean, ultimately it takes you to where you're supposed to be anyway. I think, right?
Right.
But it's always kind of with that rear view mirror perspective to wonder, like,
If I
can't go back, because we're happy where we are. I mean, hopefully we are. But to go back and say, okay, now knowing what I know, how it would be different. I think for the kids today, the transition from college to the real world that is the business of acting is a lot tougher than it was when we were getting out of college, for example. There's just so much change happening in the landscape.
It is tougher. It was tough then, so it's hard all the way around. It's hard for everyone now. The business it's difficult. It's difficult for everyone, but you have to. You see, with me, there's nothing else I can do, because it's my passion. It's my soul. It's what I mean. I don't like the alarm goes off in the morning. I'm not pressing that snooze alarm. I can't wait to get up. I get up. I go to the studio. I get to do what I've wanted to do my whole life, and how fortunate I am, how lucky I am that I get to do what I've been trained to do and what I love to do. I'm so, so lucky.
And you have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
My gosh.
I don't have, I mean, not that I've done it.
Oh.
I mean, come on, what an achievement, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Kate.
This is such an amazing thing. I was so shocked, and how I found out was really an interesting story, because I was flying that day, and I was doing a trip. It was a short trip. I was going to Portland and back. And I I hadn't told anyone I was going, so I thought, oh, I'm going to be back early, you know. But I thought, oh, I better check my messages because we had dropped the passengers off. I thought I better check because who knows. So I checked my messages, and there was a message from Johnny Grant, who I just miss so terribly. He has
the
since
honorary
passed away.
mayor of Hollywood.
He's the honorary
and really
mayor of
ran
Hollywood.
that whole show. Yeah.
And he left me a message, and he said, well, Kate, you know, I want to congratulate you. And I'm thinking, what is he talking about? And we had recently won Best Show, an Emmy, you know, for Young and the Restless. So I thought that's what he was talking about. So I thought, oh, how sweet of him. And then he said, yeah, it was just announced on air. And I'm thinking, wow, that's interesting that they're announcing it again. Well, you know, and I was half listening. I was half kind of listening to him. I thought, well, I'll go back. I'll listen to his whole message later. But I was kind of half listening. He says, so Kate, you, Kate Linder, have been nominated. He said, no, I take that back. You, Kate Linder, are getting a star on the Walk of Fame. Well, I just started crying. I was so shocked. And this other flight attendant came up who watches the show and is a fan, and she said she thought someone died.
Right.
I'm standing there crying, and she said, "What's the matter?" And I said, "You're not going to believe this. I'm getting." It makes me. She said, "You're getting a star. I'm getting a star on the Walk of Fame." She goes, "Oh my God!" Well, then the captain came out. He said, what is going on here? Because the passengers are starting to board. She said, don't worry, because I'm purser, which means I'm in charge, and I'm supposed to be out there taking care of them. She says, I'll take care of everything. You go in the galley. You start calling people. You know, I call Brenda, my publicist. I call Sandra, my manager, who is on her way to Israel, and I catch her in between flights. I call my husband. I call my parents, and everyone's crying. I called Johnny and left him a message. He wasn't there. And so the captain comes out and goes, what is going on here? So we told him, and he was like, oh, my gosh. So during the flight, he announced it to the whole airplane. So they were all coming up to me. And so it was just interesting to find out in that way that was happening. And it's so unbelievable. I can't believe it to this day. I feel like I need to go there and make sure it's still there. It's at 7021 Hollywood Boulevard. Not like I don't know where it is, right? It's across from the Roosevelt, right to the left of the
Chinese
I've heard,
theater. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was amazing. I was so lucky. Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa was one of my speakers. Jeannie Cooper, who, of course, plays my boss. Lee Bell was also one of my speakers. So it couldn't have been more perfect. And it was interesting because that day, I had to work the show. So it was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting a star. There's a lunch. I have to go back to work. And then I thought, and people were going, what? You have to work? And I said, you know what? If it wasn't for what I do, if it wasn't for Young and the Restless, this wouldn't be happening. So I thought, this is interesting. I'm a working actress. I'm so honored to be receiving this star today, and I'm also honored because I get to go to work. So.
What a wonderful stop on a career journey to go
oh my gosh.
Do that, have that happen.
2008 has been an amazing year. It's been an incredible year for me. I have a huge story going on the show. My daughter's back, and she, for people that watch, and for those of you that don't, you need to watch. You need to tune in and watch. There's all kinds of things going on. She's back. Of course, she doesn't like her mother. She's embarrassed by me. There's all kinds of things going on.
What strikes me, and I want to share this with you, is that you've been on this show for all of this time, 26 plus years, and you speak about your work with such passion and such freshness and such anticipation. How wonderful.
Oh, well, I love it. Thank you, Brad. I'm thrilled. I'm honored. I can't believe it. I can't believe I get to walk into CBS TV City. I look around every day. I don't take it for granted. How lucky I am that I get to, like I said before, that I get to go in there. I get to do this.
And they let you in.
And they let me in. They let me stay there.
That's a good thing. So the message here really is that if it happened to you, that it's not beyond reach.
No. You know what? The secret is, no matter what, do not give up. There are days you want to give up, and you say, what am I doing? But if you don't give up, and you keep going for it, and you keep working for it. And I call it working the program. And what that is for me is I just do what I do. I keep doing it to the best of my ability, and then these other things will come to you. Because if you go for the other thing, like if you want to be an actress or an actor, and you say, I want to be an actor, but if you're doing it, if you're not doing it because you want to be an actor, if you're doing it because you want the fame or you want what's out there, then that's not what it's about. See, if you're doing it because this is what you love to do, if you don't push too hard, it's like, okay, it's like, let's say someone wants to get married and they don't have a boyfriend or they don't have a girlfriend. And they go, oh, they're trying so hard to find that perfect person. It doesn't happen because they're trying too hard and they're pushing it away. But if they just go with it, do what they do, live their life, and before they know it, that person has entered their life. Before you know it, what you want comes to you because you're not pushing it away.
You're saying do the work to earn the reward.
Do the work. You have to do the work. I still work really hard. You cannot just say, well, this I don't have to, I can sit back and not do anything. No, I'm out there. I still do theater. I do plays.
Yes,
I just did an independent feature opposite John Aniston and the Farley brothers. It was great. It was a great role. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. I hope great things are going to happen with that film. But you don't know. But I did it because I got to play this other role. I got to work with really great people. And so it wasn't about anything else. It was about doing the work and getting to do this.
And the one appearance, the one line on Young and Restless
Right.
that led to this career, go ahead, what the line was?
Dinner is served. It was
dinner is
actually,
served.
Mrs. Chancellor, dinner is served.
You
And you see, I knew
yeah.
how to pour, and that day also I knew I had to pour wine, and I knew exactly how to do it because of my flight attendant training, because
Right.
I knew how to twist the bottle.
Right.
So I knew what I was doing. And I left that day after work, and I was walking out, and actually Ed Scott, who was our producer at the time, ran after me and said, are you available tomorrow? And I went, yes, I am. And that's how it started.
So I guess dinner was served.
Dinner was served,
Yeah.
and thank goodness I'm still serving it.
26 years and counting on The Young and the Restless for Kate Linder. It's a wonderful career journey and still going with lots yet to do. And I love how you talk about, you know, there's still lessons being learned and still evolving as an
And I get to give back. I mean, I've done 4 USO tours. I've gone to Afghanistan, all the Pakistan, all the stands, to Korea, you know, the DMZ. Last December, I was in Guantanamo Bay, and with Johnny Grant, Stephanie Powers. It was just, you know, it's an amazing. It doesn't matter how you feel about the war, whether you're for it, whether you're not for it. I mean, I'm not a war type of person. But I am for those people that are there, that are making it possible. So you and I can sit here, have our coffee, and talk to each other. And so I was so excited that I could go and help them give back, you know.
I am excited that you would do this. I really thank you for doing this. There are twists and turns in the career journey of every actor, and I think your story is very inspiring and empowering for particularly younger actors who are seeking to march to the beat of their own drummer with this kind of inspiration.
Brad.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you for,
I enjoyed
doing this. Kate Linder, how nice. I haven't seen you in so long.
I
How
know.
nice. More information is available to you at thebusinessofacting.com. And why there's a button somewhere on your homepage, and you can find out, or you can just get there on your own. I'm Brad Lemack in Los Angeles with much appreciation. Check out Kate's work, and we'll look for that film. And another time you'll come back and we'll have a different
I would
beverage.
love that. I would like that. I would enjoy that.
From Los Angeles, thank you all for being with us.